Heard the call to build your small business? Make it happen with a .net domain name, the place for dreamers for 30 years and counting. Visit keepdreamingup.net for tips and advice, whether you're just getting started or looking to grow. That's keepdreamingup.net.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
At St. Jude, our family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Hello, America! Welcome to the America Off the Rails radio show. That's right, I am your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be kicking this thing off here in just about 60 seconds. Wanted to start off by saying good evening and happy Monday. I hope everybody's had a great Memorial Day. We're up to Labor Day now. See, the thing about it is, as you get older, summer seems to fly by, so I'm trying to rewind, so pardon me while I accidentally said Memorial Day instead of Labor Day. Alright, so we've got about 60 seconds to showtime. We will be right back. We're going to be spending most of the night talking about DACA dreamers and all kinds of other immigration mess, but we can't officially get started yet without burning a little more time, so we'll be back here in just about 60 seconds. Stay tuned. Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
You know this freedom is anything but free. What we have here depends on those who will fight for what they believe. When we stand together, there's nothing that we can't achieve. This nation of people standing as one in the name of liberty.
Folks, happy Monday evening. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're officially live on KLRNradio.com, where liberty and reason still reign, and we do this thing every Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking tonight, well, actually, we're going to kind of be all over the place, but our main focus tonight is going to be this whole DACA mess, this whole dreamer thing. We're gonna put a few fallacies to bed. We're going to talk about a couple things that are kind of important. My first question in the opening monologue is, why are we the only nation in the world that doesn't seem to have the ability to enforce our own immigration laws without catching flack from everyone else? And that's an honest question. I'm not trying to poke fun at anybody. I'm not trying to, put us in any type of different light than anybody else. But, other countries are allowed to enforce their borders however they choose. They're allowed to set up their immigration system however they choose. However, we're apparently supposed to turn a blind eye to our immigration laws because we have a statue sitting in a harbor that has a plaque that says, "Give us your tired, your poor, all of those yearning to be free, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada." Look, I get it. That is a big deal. But we have always had immigration laws. And one of the things that nobody talks about when they talk about these immigration laws, there was a reason these type of laws were put in place. Some of it had to do with us understanding our own history and how it was that we managed to basically overrun an entire continent and displace an indigenous people. Yes, that's the part of history, that's the part of this with immigration laws that nobody talks about. These laws were put in place to make sure that things like had happened in our own history did not happen to us at a later time. Nobody wants to talk about that fact with it, though, because so now we're basically supposed to play the part of the Indians and let anybody over here that wants to come over here and hope that we don't wind up eradicating ourselves in the process. We've seen how this works. Now, we're going to talk about a different angle of this when we come back in the first segment, and why it is imperative that we enforce our immigration policies, how it revolves around the sudden uptick of Muslim immigration, and why I do not personally feel that is a very good thing. And we will be talking about that and much more. When we come back, we've got to take our very first break. So this is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Stay tuned.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods in your faces. We'll take it out to the streets.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their healthcare. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your healthcare, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org. Everyone loves...
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods in your faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges. Just don't know what you've been doing.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson, and again, we're going to be spending most of tonight talking about DACA and dreamers and fallacies behind U.S. immigration policies. And again, my first question of the night was, why is it that we can't seem to be the ones that are allowed to actually enforce our own immigration policies? And again, I've touched on why those things are important. Now, in this day and age, there's a very big reason why they are important. We have a group of people that, in my estimation, have come over to our country not to assimilate, but to infiltrate. Not to assimilate, but to conquer. And I'm referring to the Muslim extremists, especially those that are affiliated with groups like ISIL, ISIS, whatever you want to call them, and all of the others that we have been at war with now for over a decade or more. Because we have a group of people that are not coming over here to assimilate, and they've point blank told us as much. They're not coming over here to assimilate. They're coming over here to bring their culture to us and to force it upon us. And again, this is why our immigration policies and our immigration laws are important. And this is why they shouldn't be changed with a pen and a phone. Now, for all of you that are screaming about this DACA thing and how it's going to impact so many people, and it's so heartless because these are children that have grown up in America through no fault of their own. They didn't know what their parents did, and now we're going to yank them away from the only country they've ever known. You know, I hate to sound like a heartless guy for a second, but I don't care. The simple fact of the matter is their parents broke the law. Now, I want to put this in a different perspective and see if you guys still have the same argument. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that someone's parents stole a bike from a store, gave it to their child as a Christmas present, and when people had figured out that the parents had broken the law, they were still clamoring for the child to be able to keep the bike because it's not the child's fault that the parents stole the bike to give it to them as a Christmas present. The obvious answer to that question would be no. Because they stole it, there was no reason for them to have it, and therefore it wasn't theirs to give in the first place. Same thing applies through our immigration laws, whether we want to admit it or not. The simple fact of the matter is, these people that were brought over here illegally, even if it was through no fault of their own, have no claim to the things that this country offers without going through a process to receive them. If you are not a citizen of this country, then you should be made to leave and re-enter properly. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color your skin is. The simple fact of the matter is I'm tired of there being so many different sets of rules for so many people. We make laws and then we enforce them arbitrarily. We make laws and then we don't hold the rich accountable to those same laws. Hillary, looking at you, Hildebeest. We make laws and then we don't hold other people accountable for them because we have a group of people on one side of the aisle that are looking for easy votes. We have a group of other people on the other side of the aisle that are looking for cheap labor. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Here's the part that nobody wants to talk about. Both sides want illegal immigration. There are pockets in both sides that want illegal immigration for different reasons. That's why you're seeing all of this play out in Congress right now. As soon as the president started making noise about getting rid of DACA, now the people that don't really support the president and haven't aligned with him very well are lining up against him and trying to see if they can find a way to codify the DACA stuff. And are they going to be able to do it? I don't know. But what I do know is that we have the right as a country to enforce our immigration laws as we see fit, just like every other sovereign nation on the planet. For all of you that are screaming about how unjust it will be for Donald Trump to remove DACA, remember, it was passed illegally in the first place. It was done with a pen and a phone. If you want immigration laws changed, you have to go through Congress. Congress are the ones that set up our immigration policies. And then ultimately the executive branch either approves or vetoes. But it still has to go through Congress. This isn't about feelings. That's the problem. When you approach every single problem, when you're looking at it through the prism of feelings, then you can't ever find an actual logical solution to a problem. If you really, really want immigration fixed and you want people to understand exactly how broken the immigration system is, then the best thing you should do is ask for it to be enforced and enforced to its fullest. Because that lets people see exactly how broken it is. And that is the only way that we're ever going to fix it. If you truly feel that it's broken, that is the only way to make it better, is to have it be enforced. Because then people can see exactly what is broken with it. Right now, nothing's broken, other than the fact that it doesn't work. Nobody sees how hard it is to get over here because we let everybody come over here. If you honestly want to fix it, you need to enforce it the way it stands now, so that we can see what needs to be fixed. I am not saying that our immigration policies don't need to be looked at. I'm not saying that there aren't ways that we can streamline things and lower the cost for people to come over here. But I am saying that the laws as they stand now must be enforced. Because if we are not a nation of laws, then what the hell are we? I understand. Standing up for the rule of law is not always a popular thing. I understand that we all want to be the good guy. I understand that we all want those feel-good Chris Matthews tingle moments running up and down our legs every time a news story breaks about some other lucky sap that gets to stay in the country. But that's not how this works. It is completely, honestly, not how it works. The immigration system that we have now needs to be fixed. I will be the first one to tell you that there are things with our immigration policy that need to be changed. Some things need to be loosened a little bit. Other things, in my opinion, need to be strengthened. But we cannot continue to have this policy where we don't even hold anyone accountable for the laws that we currently have now. But Rick, there's so many people here. How are you going to enforce it? Are you kidding me? Have you seen all of these people running around, waving flags, telling everybody that they're illegal? The first thing I would do is send ICE out to every single one of those folks and start checking for green cards. And if they don't have them, guess what? They got to leave because they're here illegally. They get deported. They understand they have to go through the process. Yes, I understand that's going to mean children are going to be uprooted from their families and their schools and whatever the case may be. And I understand that. And yes, maybe I sound like a heartless SOB right now, but that is the law. Period. End of sentence. End of discussion. If you don't like the law, you need to change it. But you don't change it with a pen and a phone through executive order. I understand it's hard to look at things in a gray world from a black and white perspective, but when it comes to the law, there is no gray. There's black and white. That's it. It's either illegal or it's not. And right now, coming here without following the processes is illegal. And if you have done that, or if one of your family members has done that, then I would suggest that you, as an adult, which the other fun fact about most of the DACA folks right now that nobody's talking about, 80% of them are 26 or above. So at this point, if you were brought here through no faults of your own, the first thing I would do was reach out to the immigration and naturalization folks and find out what type of process you need to follow to possibly be allowed to stay here legally, since your parents brought you here and you had no idea what was going on. But yeah, nobody's going to talk about that either, because it's too easy to paint all of the DACA folks as little 3- and 4-year-old children clinging to their mommy's legs while they're being dragged back to the country that their parents were born in, and so were they. You know, but hey, who am I to judge? All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
You're acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces.
Welcome back, America. Welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. And before I forget, I usually do this earlier in the show, but I have not. If you like the show, make sure you follow along on Twitter at AOTR_host. Also, you can go to the KLRNradio.com website. Click on the Our Shows page, find the America Off the Rails graphic, click on there, it'll take you straight to the show page. There is a link that will give you a Google Calendar reminder each time the show is about to go on the air. You can also subscribe to the station's feed on Spreaker. I do encourage you to do that. And the show is available every Sunday through Thursday, every Monday through Thursday. Sunday's still a habit for me. We used to do 5 shows a week, and I had to cut back a little bit because I started biting off more than I could chew with all the other stuff I was doing. So Monday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern, we are live on KLRNradio.com. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are available on AMFM247.com at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're available on the Lanterns Radio Network every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. And we're also available on the Talk America Radio Network every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern, as well as crndigitaltalk.com every Saturday and Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. That's right, folks. No matter where you are in the country, there are stations that are playing this show almost sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a day. So, yeah, kind of crazy. Also, we're available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, FM Player, Pocket Cast, Google Play Music, Blueberry, and there are about 4 or 5 others that I know that are pending right now. So pretty much look at it this way. If there's a favorite way that you have to get a podcast and you can't find us there and you want to be able to, just shoot me an email and I'll make sure that we get submitted if we're not already on the way there, because there are tons of them out there, and as far as I know, we're on just about all of them. All right, so we spent most of the show talking about DACA, and the fact that, you know, it's kind of silly that we as a nation don't seem to have the ability to enforce our own immigration laws or actually follow our own laws when it comes to changing them because we're too busy leading with our feels. Now, when we come back from the bottom of the hour break here in just a few minutes, when we're going to still be talking about DACA, but we're going to be talking about some of the outrageous responses to the fact that President Trump is actually, it appears, doing something about DACA with some sort of a 6-month offset. I'm not sure what that is, honestly. I've just seen that come across my screen just a few minutes ago, so I'm actually trying to research that as we go. And again, I don't necessarily have my fingers crossed here because let's not forget, these were the same folks that said they were going to do something about the Abominable Care Act, and they haven't done that. Then we were supposed to be looking at tax reform. Now all of a sudden we seem to have shifted to DACA. And depending on the sources that you are looking at, we're either going to get rid of it or we're not going to get rid of it, or we're going to adopt it and push it through Congress as some form of a law, which honestly seems to be kind of what's going around in the news right now, is that Congress is actually looking at making it a law somehow. I don't know what their plan is. All I know right now is, look, and I'm really getting tired of having to say this, but we have people that tune in new all the time. So I want to remind you folks, I did not vote for President Donald Trump. I actually changed my party affiliation here locally in the state of Oklahoma because we were making a push to get the Libertarian Party on the ballot, and I wanted to make sure that we started having other options. Since then, I've actually become involved with a group called the Federalist Coalition, and I've actually been tacitly helping with the Federalist Party by giving them a platform anytime they want to have folks come on. Not because I specifically want to endorse or support any party at this point, but I want the American people to have choices. And we don't have choices right now. We have socialism and socialism light, because politics has become a brand war. But I've talked about that in the past before, so I'm not going to go into that now. Again, we are at the bottom of the hour, so we're going to take a really, really quick break, and we'll be right back here in just about 4 minutes. Stay tuned.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty HealthShare and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org. Welcome back, America. This is America Off the Rails. Man, we are already halfway through the show. I really don't know where the time goes. All right, so we've been talking DACA. Now we're going to change gears just a little bit. Still talking DACA, but now we're going to talk about some of the reactions to the left, from the left, to Trump's talk about possibly doing something about DACA. One of the first ones that jumped out to me was Crazy Uncle Speedo. And, of course, he was all over it tonight and talking about, well, actually, hang on. Let's scroll down a little bit, and I'll actually just find the tweet for you here. So, if Trump decides to end DACA, I can't do the Jewish voice like JD, sorry. If Trump decides to end DACA, it will be one of the ugliest and cruelest decisions ever made by a president in our modern history. First of all, there are several in recent history that spring to mind, but I don't have time to list them. My gut response, and I actually quote tweeted him in this and then put it out, was, I repeat, shouldn't you be researching countries without extradition treaties, not playing on Twitter? For those of you that seem to be forgetting, Crazy Uncle Speedo and his wife are actually looking at some criminal charges. Now, mainly his wife, but, still. And then, of course, Tim Cook had to get in on the action. 250 of my Apple co-workers are dreamers. I stand with them. They deserve our respect as equals and a solution rooted in American values. American values are rooted in the rule of law, sir. So what American values are you supposing that we support by allowing these people to stay here illegally? I'm not saying that they shouldn't perhaps be able to petition to stay, but why haven't they done that? If they're working for Apple, then they're obviously above the age of 18. If they're working for Apple, then they have income. They can prove their worth. So why haven't they followed a process to try to be allowed to stay in this country? Because it's not necessarily their fault that they were brought here. But if they're adults and they haven't started the process, then it is their fault that they are still technically here illegally. So I ask you again, what American values are we supporting if we do not support the rule of law? Nobody seems to have an answer to that one. Then, of course, we had the loser, Senator Tim Kaine. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have been projecting President Trump there for a second. Dreamers came out of the shadows, trusting in the American promise President Trump would betray them if he ends DACA. The Dreamers came out of the shadows because a president performed an illegal action with his pen and his phone and decided he was going to unilaterally decide immigration policy. Why is this so hard for people to understand? This was an illegal action. It was an abuse of power, and it needs to be dealt with. It doesn't need to be removed. It just needs to be gone. There's nothing to overturn because there was nothing legally there in the first place. This was an overreach of presidential authority, and therefore it needs to go away. If you guys want an act like DACA, then put it through Congress. It's really simple. Follow the rule of law. Because first and foremost, if we are not a nation of laws, then what the hell are we? And I know I've said that like 2 or 3 times tonight, but I keep coming back to this. And this is what is driving me crazy. We are watching the unfurling of multiple classes and multiple types of laws based on your status. We're watching the American people become a caste system, and we don't even realize it. We're going to have the servant class, which is basically we just bring everybody over anytime we need to fill any positions that the regular American people don't want to do, which is a load of crap. I am 44 years old. I have done everything from scrub toilets to flip burgers to get where I am right now, and I was not ashamed to do any of those things. So the fact that we seem to think that we have an entire group of people that are too good to do a certain type of work is asinine. And if we do, then that's our fault. But that doesn't mean that we illegally bring in a whole new group of people just to keep the costs low and just in the hopes that they're going to vote Democrat. Yeah, I'm shouting down both sides tonight because the truth of it is both sides want illegal immigration. One side wants it for votes, the other side wants it for cheap labor, and I don't want it for any reason ever because it's stupid. Not to mention the fact that we have all of these people that have come into this country not to assimilate, not to become part of the melting pot, but to force their own ideas upon us. We already have areas inside Michigan that are becoming Sharia law zones. Nobody's talking about them, but they're there. We have a group called CARE that is a Muslim extremist terrorist organization and has ties to terrorist organizations in other countries, but we have an organization, the Council for American Islamic Relations, that has ties to all 50 states now. They walk in and out of the Capitol here in Oklahoma every time it's open because they can. Never mind the fact that if you research them, you find out they're tied to Hamas. Well, you're just a racist. Just because we got funding from Hamas doesn't mean that we align with their ideals. Okay, so how exactly does that work? Because when truth comes out about where money comes from, all the time, all the political folks are like, oh my God, these people are terrible. They got funded by so-and-so. Well, just because I took their money doesn't mean I agree with them. No, that doesn't hold water for them. Why should it hold water for this group? Because if you call them what they are, then their first response is to call you a racist or an Islamophobe. I am not afraid of Islam. I am not afraid of anyone who believes in Islam. I am not coming at this from a position of fear. I am coming at this from a position of understanding who these people are and what they stand for. Now, does that mean that sometimes we may overreact because it's going to be really hard for us to be able to tell the Islamists that are here because they want to be here, or the Islamists that are here because they want to turn America into an Islamic stronghold, which a lot of them have told us they were going to do? It's no different than the communists in the 50s and the 60s that kept telling us, we may not ever be able to beat you in a war, but we're going to beat you from the inside out. Now, look at morons. It's in baby steps. Now we have both sides fighting for socialized medicine because now that it's here, nobody knows what to do to get rid of it. Because once a government program is started, it can never be undone. And this is the craziness that we have going on all over the place, all hinging from the same thing. We no longer have the stones to enforce our own laws. We don't have the stones to look at people and say, look, part of what it means to be free is that eventually you have to get off your butt and do something to make your life better. Swallow, but it's the only thing that makes us free. Is not that we're dependent on the government to fix our problems, but that we have the ability to go out and find solutions on our own. But we don't do that anymore. Not as a nation. We wait for the government to do it. And I don't understand why. Up against a break. We'll be back in about 2.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges. Just don't know what you've been asking for. This means war. Line 'em up, knock 'em down. This means war.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Get your free inventor's information. Call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. I do hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far today. Well, we are rounding third, headed to home, so we're going to start wrapping things up here. I think we've ranted about DACA just about enough. I think I've driven home pretty much all the points I had for that one. But there's another story that I have to say has been bothering me that has been out in the news lately, and that is the news about a nurse who's actually being charged for failure to release information to the police department that actually, I believe, involved the collection of bodily fluids. Bear with me for just a second. I'm actually going to see if I can get that story pulled up real quick. Actually, I guess it was a Utah nurse. Let me see if I can get a story pulled up about it here. Utah nurse who was arrested says officer was on a warpath. Alex Wobbles, the Utah nurse who was arrested for refusing to draw blood from an unconscious patient in July, recounted to ABC News how she still is not safe since returning to work and believes the cop who arrested her was on a warpath. The police body cam footage from the July 26th incident instantly sparked a national outcry when it was released last week. In the video, Salt Lake City detective Jeff Payne is seen squaring off against Wobbles, who was working the night shift on the burn unit at Utah University Hospital. That night, a man named William Gray was brought into the hospital after suffering severe injuries from a car crash. Wobbles said she tried explaining to Payne that she wouldn't allow Gray's blood to be drawn unless he was under arrest or if there were a public warrant. Moreover, when Wobbles defended the hospital's policy, buttressed by a 2016 Supreme Court ruling, citing that warrantless blood draws are a direct violation of the Fourth Amendment, she was rebutted. I either go away with blood in vials or a body in tow. Those are my only choices. I'm gonna follow my boss's instructions. Now, you know me. I'm an advocate for law enforcement. I have been an advocate for law enforcement because I actually spent some time with a badge and a uniform, and I understand that, there are times that you're going to have to make tough decisions. This detective was wrong. The simple fact of the matter is the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that the drawing of blood on someone who is not under arrest and without a warrant is a clear violation of the Fourth Amendment unreasonable search and seizure protections. And that is the truth, whether they like it or not. It would have been just as simple for him to come back with a warrant if he thought he had grounds to get the blood. But he didn't. He decided to go Gestapo and drag the poor lady who was doing her job, defending the rights of her patient and also upholding the hospital's policies, not to mention federal HIPAA guidelines, by the way. There are all kinds of things that come into play when you're dealing with records and information now that nobody takes into account. Sometimes even law enforcement won't. But the simple fact of the matter is this person acted erroneously. And I applaud the nurse for standing her ground, because it's really hard when you've got somebody that's standing there with a badge and you know they've got a gun to stand up for what you know is right. I also applaud the fact that she didn't get outrageous with it. She didn't scream, she didn't yell. She just told him, look, you can't do this. He either needs to be under arrest or you need to have a warrant. So either arrest him or come back with a warrant. And he didn't do that. He decided to haul the nurse off to jail anyway. And again, the story continues. I just said, look, I'm sorry, we can't let you do this at this time. She continued to tell ABC News in an interview, and Payne got up and said, you're not sorry. Wubbles, a former alpine skier who competed in 1998 and 2002 Winter Olympics, then claimed the cop jeopardized her safety. Right then, he was on his warpath, she said. In the video, Payne is heard declaring, we're done, and Wubbles wails as she's dragged outside of the hospital in handcuffs. I think I was able to keep my cool pretty well because I knew I was in a tough situation, she said, adding that she kept calling Payne sir as she was ushered downstairs of the hospital. Salt Lake Police Chief Mike Brown said last week that he was alarmed by what he saw in the video with our officer. He said Payne and his supervisor had been put on paid administrative leave, according to the Associated Press. Brown's department has also adopted a new policy that requires a warrant or consent to draw blood. Now, my question is, with the 2016 ruling, why wasn't this already department policy? That doesn't make any sense to me. You guys already knew about this. And I know this, because I used to do that type of work. You guys would have been alerted to this the second that it came down. So the fact that you didn't change your policy nearly, we're rounding the corner towards 2 years ago, and you wrongfully arrested someone, I'm sorry, if I was this nurse, I would be suing. Because the simple fact of the matter is you violated her civil rights for false arrest, unlawful imprisonment, whatever you want to call it. The simple fact of the matter is that arrest should not have occurred. If nothing else, he should have went back to his supervisor. If he wasn't sure about the rule of law, then he should have made sure before he did something like this, because this puts every single cop in a bad light, and this is what I'm tired of seeing. We have a handful of cops around this country that do not understand their jobs, and they make the rest of everyone that has ever worn a badge or a uniform look like some sort of Gestapo thug when they do stupid crap like this. And I, for one, am tired of seeing it. Because it shouldn't have happened. In this day and age, the dude could have Googled it and been able to tell that she was telling the truth. It's not like you couldn't have looked up 2016 Supreme Court decision in regards to drawing blood and found an answer and been like, look, man, I tried to do what you told me to do, but she knew the law, and I wasn't sure, so I looked it up, so we're going to have to get a judge to get a warrant. Not be a dumbass. All right, so on that note, we got to take our last break. We'll be right back.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges. Just don't know what you
Following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges. Just don't know what you've been asking for.
All right, folks, we are back, and we are just about out of time. So I just want to remind folks, the kind of recurring theme of most of the show, and some of this has actually been brought about through the whole rise of the alt-right and Antifa, and that is the fact that we need to return to a nation that is first rooted in the rule of law. Because we shouldn't have people rioting in the streets, no matter what the color of their skin, no matter what their political affiliation is. I don't think that the alt-right represents me, and I don't think that Antifa represents most of the left, but the simple fact of the matter is we have given those with the loudest voices the biggest platforms, because that's all the media wants to report on, is the people that are making the most noise. So unfortunately, that means at the end of the day that we're giving attention to people that may not necessarily deserve it. Now, on another note, I want to give some attention to some folks that do definitely deserve it, so we're going to be closing out the show a little bit differently than usual. It has come to my attention that one of our hosts has actually gotten some hate mail over playing taps at the end of our show to honor fallen American soldiers. So, in solidarity, we are going to be doing much the same thing, at least for the next couple of episodes. So, we're just about done for the night. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to tune in with us here tonight. And we will be back with you again live tomorrow night. In the meantime, I want to remind you that we do have several other shows here airing all throughout the day and night here on KLRNradio.com. So I do encourage you to check those out. We have a great lineup, so I do encourage you to check our schedule. See if there's anything else that you guys may want to hear. And again, it's Monday, so as I used to do here, we used to call Monday Military Monday, and we would always end it with either a shout-out to the troops with their various anthems playing, so to speak, or we would end it in taps. And since there have been some folks getting some hate mail about playing taps on their show, we're playing taps on ours. You guys have a really great night. Enjoy the rest of what is left of your Labor Day weekend. And remember, at least when we go back to work tomorrow, it's not Monday.
lots of amazing cars on the road, but perhaps none more amazing than the paid-off car. It may not be pretty, but the price is right. Heck, if you keep that thing running, it'll actually start paying you. Because with Napa Rewards, for every $100 you spend, you'll get $5 off. So keep your car running longer, stronger with Napa Rewards and watch the savings start rolling in. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How.